score, and Robson has scored for Manchester United. Just 2 minutes gone. Brian Robson with his 8th league goal of the season. So simple it was. Davenport pulled the ball across. Robson was unmarked, 6 yards out. Left foot, side-footed past Grobbelaar. It's Liverpool 0, Manchester United 1.
Aldridge controls it well. Houghton inside the United penalty area. Houghton holds the ball, plays it square. Beardsley's there. That's it, 1-1. Lovely approach by Houghton down the right. Took the ball down to the byline, cut it back. United couldn't clear, and Beardsley equalises for Liverpool. Nicol plays it through the gap. Good running again by Beardsley. Down the line, the cross will come in from Beardsley, looking for Barnes. Barnes hooks it back, and it's there. Gillespie, wonderfully worked goal. Houghton again, Barnes there, and Gillespie was there when it was required. Big and tall, right into the back of the net. And Liverpool take the lead for the first time this afternoon. Liverpool 2, Manchester United 1.
And that was the half-time score. Wonderful match. The second half coming up now. You don't get better league games than this, I tell you. Commentators, Peter Jones, Jimmy Armfield. First of all, Alan Green.
Yes, you get the feeling listening to those goals again that it's a good game here. That would be an understatement. It is a remarkably good game, featuring the top 2 sides in the country according to the First Division table. And it's Liverpool, the league leaders, who have their noses in front at the moment, leading by those 2-1 in the first half. We're ready to get the second half underway. Manchester United wearing white shirts, black shorts and white stockings, playing from left to right in this second half. The referee, John Key of Rotherham, blows his whistle, and we are underway. And so often we build up these top-of-the-table clashes to mean so much, and they fall fairly flat. Not particularly good games. That is not true this afternoon. This is an excellent game, full of pace and quality, and United certainly playing as well as I've seen them play this season, and probably feeling just a little sore to be behind at half-time. The ball is back deep inside the Manchester United half, away to our left, with Paul McGrath. He lays it to Bruce, and Bruce hits it long, helped on by McClare to Davenport inside the Liverpool half, but Spackman is there, and now Nicol brings it away for Liverpool, far side of the field, on the Liverpool right, running across the halfway line. Colin Gibson is chasing, but Nicol still has it. He's got Houghton ahead of him. Nicol still running, now plays it to Houghton, 6 yards from the goal line, cutting in towards the United penalty area, tries to lay the ball back to Nicol. Robson only half clears. Liverpool have it again through McMahon, centre of the United half, easily beats Duxbury, runs towards goal, shoots, tremendous goal by Steve McMahon. One minute gone in the second half. Absolutely blistering shot by the New England international. He was a good 25 yards out. He hit it right-footed, and Turner had no chance. Liverpool 3, Manchester United 1.
I would think that is the last thing Manchester United want, to concede another goal after losing 2 in 2 minutes. They must be feeling a bit low now after a marvellous first half hour. That was an absolutely magnificent shot by McMahon. So far in this half he spent a lot of his time competing in midfield, but that was a goal of real quality and a thundering finish from centre field, all of 30 yards. Turner had no chance, and it's left Manchester United now with a real mountain to climb.
Jimmy Armfield, I better get the teams out quickly, because I think there's going to be much to describe in this second half. Liverpool have Grobbelaar in goals, a back 4 of Nicol, Gillespie, Hansen and Ablett. In midfield, Houghton, McMahon, Spackman and Barnes, and up front, Beardsley and Aldridge. Poor Chris Turner in the United goal, he didn't even sniff that one. Turner in goals for United. A back 4 of Anderson, Bruce, McGrath and Blackmore. In midfield, Strachan, Robson, Duxbury and Gibson. And up front, McClare and Davenport. United facing the Kop and attacking the Kop at the moment. But the ball is headed away by Nicol, only to Robson for Manchester United. Out to Colin Gibson, far side of the field. Back to Blackmore. Infield to Robson once more. Forward to McClare. Robson again, just outside the penalty area. Tried to lay it through for Davenport. Gillespie got in the way, and Gillespie clears for a throw-in on the far side of the field to Manchester United. 8 yards inside the Liverpool half. It's taken by Blackmore to Colin Gibson, who does well to beat 2 Liverpool players. Back to Robson. played further forward. Davenport inside the area, shoots. Grobbelaar fumbles at the post, and there is Gary Ablett to help the ball back to him. And Bruce Grobbelaar very relieved to get a second chance to gather that ball.
Good move by United. They certainly haven't lost heart anyway, that's one thing. It's a good shot by Davenport. It was a difficult ball for Grobbelaar. It bounced awkwardly in front of him. Fortunately, Ablett was the man following up.
Barnes for Liverpool, just on the halfway line, taken up by Spackman, laid back to Gillespie, just outside the centre circle. Gillespie chips it for Ablett to chase. He beats Anderson, just outside the penalty area. Aldridge is there, but so too is Steve Bruce. And Bruce does the essential defensive work, and he finds Strachan near side of the field, short of the halfway line. Strachan low forward for Davenport. He's fouled by Gillespie, who ran into the back of the United striker. That will be a free kick to Manchester United, who really played as well in that first half as we've seen them play all season. Found themselves 2-1 down, now they're 3-1 down. Liverpool have responded magnificently, but a free kick to United, taken by Strachan, headed away by Gillespie out of the Liverpool penalty area to Blackmore for United. The cross in again, Anderson doesn't get the header, Gillespie once more. Strachan there, forward to Bruce, Bruce with the overhead flick, Gillespie's head once more, a second attempt by Gillespie, Anderson down for United, and finally it's Gary Ablett whose right foot clears the ball towards the centre circle, met by McGrath for Manchester United. To Blackmore, out to Colin Gibson, midway inside the Liverpool half. McClare makes the run, and the ball stupidly rather, is played behind him. McMahon, scorer of that magnificent third goal for Liverpool, sets Barnes away. Barnes is clear, but across comes Paul McGrath, and McGrath finds Strachan. Not a second to breathe in this game. It is a wonderful advertisement for the English First Division. Liverpool leading by 3-1, 5 minutes gone in the second half. United have possession. Duxbury forward to Robson. Houghton intercepts for Liverpool. Now it's with Spackman. Aldridge back to McMahon, and McMahon runs straight into the England captain, but Liverpool have it again. It's with Aldridge just outside the United penalty area. Aldridge shoots, it's blocked by Bruce. Spackman is there, so too is Aldridge again, and the ball is going to break for Nicol, but the referee has blown for a free kick to Liverpool. A foul on John Aldridge. This one about 5 yards, rather less than 5 yards, about 3 yards from the edge of the D centre of that Manchester United half. Away to our left, and the United wall will line up very carefully indeed. There are 4, 5, 6 people in that Manchester United wall at the moment. Houghton is there, standing around the ball for Liverpool, so too is Beardsley and Barnes. McMahon lurks to the left. We know he can hit them from that distance. He proved so just 3 minutes ago. The ball is now left for Barnes to take the free kick, surely. Houghton joins the United players in the wall. Aldridge is there as well. The referee waits, finally blows his whistle. Barnes drives the free kick over the crossbar. Goal kick to Manchester United.
Very competitive this match has been. I don't think I've seen a more competitive match all season. I always think that Liverpool and the supporters would rather beat Manchester United than beat Everton, and I think it's been particularly true today. That the one thing they wouldn't have wanted was United to get that early lead, and then the storm back, urged on by the fanatical following, and at half time you'd think they won the cup if you're looking at the cup, and they were only 2-1 up.
United on the attack. Strachan plays a careless pass forward, and Barnes, who's done some very good defensive work for Liverpool today, brings it clear to Beardsley, to McMahon, but the pass not a good one by McMahon, but the ball still finds a Liverpool shirt, and the referee has blown for something that he spotted and I didn't, but it is the end result is a free kick to Manchester United. About 15 yards in from this near touchline, that's the Manchester United right, and it's 10 yards inside the Liverpool half. Steve Bruce, who missed the win over Derby County at Old Trafford on Saturday through suspension, takes the free kick right-footed, headed on by Anderson. Davenport's there, but out comes Grobbelaar, and Grobbelaar clutches the ball to his green jersey and waits while everyone leaves the penalty area bar him. Coming up to 8 minutes gone in the second half. Liverpool, having been 1 behind, now 3-1 in front. Ablett just outside his own penalty area, shows considerable confidence as he beats both McClare and Davenport, and then finds Nicol, who drives it long into the United half. McGrath and Robson together, find Blackmore on the far side of the field, but that was a bad pass forward by the Welsh international. Straight to Steve Nicol, now to McMahon, back to Alan Hansen, midway inside his own half, but striding with some purpose towards the halfway line. He finds Houghton, quickly flicked out to Nicol, and now it's Beardsley on the Liverpool right, cutting in towards the penalty area. Back comes Colin Gibson and robs Peter Beardsley rather too easily, I would have thought, on that occasion. The ball is put out of play on the far side of the field. It is a throw-in to Liverpool. Steve Nicol wearing 4 but plays right back, takes it, gives it to Houghton, takes the return, forward to Houghton again, now Beardsley, now Houghton inside the penalty area, room for the cross, Ulrich misses the header and Anderson only half clears. Nicol tries the shot, high into the crowd, another goal kick to Manchester United, but once again, Jimmy, as in the first half, Liverpool exposing the weakness, the relative weakness of the Manchester United left flank.
Yes, it's been noticeable that they've tried to play down that side. 2 goals in the first half, both came down that flank. I think the thing is, though, that since the goals have come, that Liverpool have shown a lot more confidence. The back 4 players, particularly Nicol, has been joining in down that right hand side, and it's put pressure on United. And of course, as we'd expected, United have now decided to make a couple of changes.
Yes, a double substitution for Manchester United before they take that goal kick. The 2 players who've come off are Blackmore and Duxbury. Gibson has gone to left back. Whiteside, one of the substitutes, moves into midfield, and Olsen, the second substitute, goes up front. So United have certainly not given up the points, even though we've got only 35 minutes left for play, and Liverpool 3-1 up. And the referee has spotted something. I'm not sure whether it's Jesper Olsen or Colin Gibson who are going into the book. Maybe both of them. Gibson's the one who's getting a stern talking to at the moment. It's Colin Gibson, indeed, who's going into the referee's notebook. I didn't see what the infringement was. The result's the same.
I think it was for dissent. What happened? There was consternation anyway. The referee never hesitated, he just called Gibson over, so it must be for dissent.
Free kick to Liverpool, taken by Gillespie, hit towards Barnes inside the United penalty area, headed away by Steve Bruce, and Whiteside and Davenport helped to clear it. It's with Olsen, now McClare, he's challenged by Spackman. Feet were high, but the referee waves play on, and United have possession. Colin Gibson, midway inside the Liverpool half, beaten to the challenge by Gillespie, and now Ray Houghton takes it up for Liverpool, runs towards the middle of his own half, lays it forward to Aldridge, taken up by Barnes inside the centre circle, played to his left for Gary Ablett, still short of the halfway line of Liverpool. Infield to Hansen, the captain. Hansen, scorer of an own goal on Saturday, he won't want reminded of that, in that 2-1 defeat at the City Ground. Only Liverpool's 3rd defeat all season, 3 defeats in 40 games, and the way Manchester United started this match, I wondered if they were heading for a 4th defeat. It doesn't look like it now. There are 3 goals to 1 up, 11 minutes gone in the second half. Houghton for Liverpool, out to Beardsley, far side of the field, hard by the Liverpool right touchline. Nichols on the overlap, Beardsley drives the cross into the edge of the penalty area, met by Barnes when Anderson couldn't clear, forward to Aldridge, and Barnes is fouled off the ball by Viv Anderson. Or was it Norman Whiteside he got involved? Whiteside's only been on the field a couple of minutes, and the referee's going to have a stern word with him. Well, in the eyes of many Manchester United fans, Norman Whiteside is exactly the sort of man they need in a game like this. Very, very competitive, but at times a fellow countryman of mine can go slightly over the top. The referee spotted him there. He escapes a booking, but it is nevertheless a free kick to Liverpool, just a couple of yards outside the D of the Manchester United penalty area. 6 players in the Manchester United wall, and Ray Houghton joins the end of it. McMahon and Barnes wait to take the free kick. The referee's not happy that United have retreated the required distance. He finally blows his whistle, and who will strike this free kick? McMahon goes and strikes it right-footed straight into the wall, and Robson clears towards the halfway line. No Manchester United players up front, so Alan Hansen has got plenty of time inside his own half to lay the ball back to Grobbelaar. It is Liverpool 3, Manchester United 1. Let's hear the other score lines from Peter Jones.
Well, we start on the south coast. It's Portsmouth 0, Nottingham Forest 0. Let's just explain the mathematics to you, as we were saying earlier. If Liverpool win this afternoon and if they should beat Forest here on Wednesday week, the championship is theirs. We're also a reminder that if Forest get anything but a win at Portsmouth this afternoon, then a draw for Liverpool will be enough to get them their 17th title. So 0-0 there at Portsmouth. Oxford 0, Southampton 0, Derby County 0, Newcastle 1. In the second division, Aston Villa 1, Oldham 0, Blackburn Rovers 2, Shrewsbury 0, and Stoke City 1, Crystal Palace 0. And reminder of this morning's results in the first division: Arsenal 2, Norwich City 0, Charlton 1, Watford 0, poor old Watford, Queen's Park Rangers 2, Tottenham 0, West Ham 0, Everton 0. Those the morning results.
Davenport for United on the halfway line, lays the ball back to Anderson, infield to Robson. Inside the centre circle, strikes the ball left-footed 30 yards to the far side of the field. Colin Gibson, poor pass forward, straight to Steve Nicol. He's got Houghton to his right, Beardsley to his left. Nicol goes down under the challenge of Colin Gibson, who's already been booked, and Colin Gibson could go off here. The referee's got his notebook out, and what is the decision? If he's remembered that he's already booked him and he's taken that notebook out again, Colin Gibson has to go. John Key of Rotherham holds out the red card, and Colin Gibson is off. Not surprisingly, the applause rings round the Liverpool fans gathered at Anfield, and Gibson trots sadly off. He holds his hands up as if, what could I do? Well, I'll tell you what he could have done. He shouldn't have shown dissent a couple of minutes ago, and he shouldn't have pulled Steve Nicol down just seconds ago. Those two offences mean that Colin Gibson has been sent off.
It was a trip, there's no question about that. Mr. Key heard the dissent. Two yellow cards, that's the end of it. He's off, and United now in real trouble.
Liverpool take the free kick. It's inside the Manchester United penalty area. Olsen clears though towards the halfway line. Spackman has it for Liverpool. Midway inside his own half, on the far side, slots the ball neatly forward to Gillespie, who's got lots of space. Forward to McMahon. McMahon tried to find Barnes, but it wasn't a good pass. Cut out by Anderson. Anderson gives the ball away again to McMahon. Taken up by Spackman to McMahon. Beardsley to his right. So too is Nicol and Houghton. And Whiteside fouled Steve McMahon off the ball. And the referee's got a yellow card out. And he saw that incident very clearly, and Whiteside is going to get booked, and really he's very lucky to stay on the field.
Well, it was I must be honest, Alan, I didn't see it because I was watching Barnes making a run here, but obviously the referee's seen it, all the other players have seen it. I thought Barnes was making a run and I was looking for the pass incident off the ball. It's the confrontation was obvious between Whiteside and McMahon. McMahon got away with a couple in the first half, to be fair. I thought he was lucky he wasn't booked. He went very aggressively at Brian Robson early on, and then a few minutes later at Duxbury. And so, it's a confrontation I think that was due as soon as Whiteside appeared. The referee hasn't hesitated anyway. Bit of a problem for Liverpool if McMahon is injured. Certainly with the semi-final coming in a few days' time, they won't want him injured.
McMahon is receiving lengthy treatment from Roy Evans, and he's got to his feet now, but hobbling. Has certainly taken a crack on his left leg. It was a really dreadful challenge by Whiteside. Thoroughly deserved to be booked if not sent off. Free kick by Liverpool, taken by Spackman, headed away by McGrath. McMahon shoots with his right foot, and Whiteside goes close again. They have a few words, and the referee John Key should have a few stern words with Norman Whiteside, and he's got to be careful or he will soon follow Colin Gibson into the Manchester United dressing room. 3-1 to Manchester United, or 3-1 to Liverpool rather. Manchester United down to 10 men, and some scores from Peter Jones.
Yes, we've got three altogether. The first in the first division. Derby County equalised now against the visitors Newcastle. Phil G the scorer. Derby County 1, Newcastle 1. And the two in the second division, starting with Stoke. Stoke 1, Crystal Palace 1. And Mark Bright has equalised for Crystal Palace there. And Sheffield United 0, Bradford 2. Ian Ormond-Droyd the scorer. Sheffield United 0, Bradford 2.
Liverpool's attack breaks down, and Brian Robson, who's been pretty quiet over the last 30 minutes or so, plays the ball back to Chris Turner, and Turner will clear right-footed. The ball meets the head of Spackman inside the Liverpool half, straight to Steve Bruce, and Bruce trying to find Strachan on this near side of the field. The United right played it behind the Scot, and the ball runs out of play. It will be a throw into Liverpool taken by Gary Ablett. Down to the feet of Barnes, back to Ablett, forward to Aldridge. A push in the back from Steve Bruce. Linesman spotted it, and the referee's awarded a free kick. Aldridge tried to take it quickly. The referee wasn't happy with the placing of the ball, and it is now placed in the correct position, 6 yards inside the Manchester United half. The Kop in good mood at the moment, as we were saying, as Jimmy Armfield was saying earlier. They'd like to beat Everton, but at times you think they prefer to beat Manchester United. United, though, on the attack now. Davenport sends Olsen clear inside the penalty, ships over Grobbelaar, hits the crossbar. It's still not behind us, it is now, and that is a corner. Grobbelaar must have got a touch on the ball, onto the crossbar and behind for a corner to Manchester United. Strachan will take it to the edge of the penalty area. Anderson hits it high into the air. Spackman jumps. Whiteside is there. Whiteside tries to lay it back to Anderson. It's now with McGrath, out to Strachan. Has to take that one very awkwardly and couldn't control it. The ball runs out of play. Throw into Liverpool.
Great move by United. It started though when Spackman fouled Whiteside, and Liverpool got themselves all over the place. Olsen was through on the left hand side. His chip was absolutely magnificent from the angle, and Grobbelaar did well to even tip it onto the crossbar. But as the corner came in, it was noticeable now that there's a bit of a war going on now in there between Whiteside and anything in a red shirt. He's got to be very careful.
Well, we wait to hear tomorrow from the Manchester United board just what their response is, and Alex Ferguson's response is to Norman Whiteside's transfer request. I suspect his placing on the bench today answered a lot of those questions. Liverpool on the attack with the ball played too far forward of Ray Houghton. Turner comes out of his goal, finds Olsen far side of the field. Olsen gives the ball away and then is lucky to get it back just short of the halfway line. Infield to Whiteside. Spackman is there. Whiteside gets it forward to Olsen again. Not a good ball inside though, but still Brian McClare gets it. Tackled by Spackman, and Whiteside was in hard, and Olsen's there too. Robson out to Anderson, forward to Strachan, just outside the Liverpool penalty area, running towards the area, gets past Barnes, gets the cross in low, headed behind for a corner, is it? Yes, a corner conceded by Alan Hansen. Gary Ablett trying to keep the ball in play, didn't do so, and it will be a corner from this near side of the field. You'll never walk alone, say the Kop. And haven't they had some fun this season. The corner though is to Manchester United, taken by Strachan, headed away by Spackman, down to the feet of Olsen, 5 yards outside the Liverpool penalty area, right side of the field as far as United are concerned. Still Olsen, forward to Whiteside. Spackman goes into challenge, back by Whiteside to Olsen, now to Brian Robson. Robson shoots, deflected past either Gillespie or Hansen, and it's into the net. Brian Robson's second goal of the game. It took a wicked deflection to the shot from 20 yards. Grobbelaar had absolutely no chance. 21 minutes gone in the second half, and it's now Liverpool 3, Manchester United 2.
What a great football match this is, really. Full marks to Olsen. He was the man who won the corner for them. And when the ball came over, it was a bit strange to see Liverpool's defenders standing a wall. Nobody came out to Robson when he got in possession, and he did the right thing to strike it, and I thought it hit Hansen. And he took a deflection. Grobbelaar, as you said, no chance. I wonder if 10 men can work a miracle here.
Be some result if Manchester United can pluck something out of this. 3-1 down a minute into the second half. Then they have Colin Gibson sent off, and now it's back to 3-2, and United have the ball again with McClare, who finally is beaten away by a combination of Spackman and McMahon. The ball is played back to Grobbelaar, who really had absolutely no chance when that shot came in from Robson. He was going the right way, it was going to Grobbelaar's left, but the deflection took it to his right instead, into the net. Robson's second goal, and he hasn't scored that many this season. That's only his 9th, all of them in the league. McClare back to Whiteside, and Whiteside hoofs it forward. Davenport will chase fruitlessly. It's too far ahead of Davenport. Grobbelaar's there, quickly throws the ball out to Nicol, and Nicol will pay it back to Grobbelaar. 3-2 to Liverpool. Some scores from Peter Jones.
And both in the second division this time. Blackburn 2, Shrewsbury 1 now. Richard Green scoring for the visitors. Blackburn 2, Shrewsbury 1. And Sheffield United 1, Bradford City 2. Peter Beagrie with the penalties, at least given Sheffield United a little hope. Sheffield United 1, Bradford City 2.
Throw into Liverpool, far side of the field, their right. inside the United half. It's taken by Beardsley to Nicol, and Beardsley takes the return. Beardsley flicks it towards Aldridge, edge of the penalty area. Bruce sticks out his right foot, helps clear. Robson completes the clearance into the Liverpool half. Davenport is there, tries to head the ball back towards McClare, but Liverpool win it again. Nicol, far side of the field, short of the halfway line, chips it forward. Beardsley will run, but the flag is up for offside. Quickly up for offside, and that will be a free kick to Manchester United.
Interesting statistic for us, for our listeners, is the fact that Manchester United's second goal, that makes them only the second team to have scored 2 goals at Anfield this year. I was here when Charlton got there too. They lost 3-2 in September. So 10 men have at least achieved something, haven't they?
Well, Charlton led twice in that match, and Liverpool looked in severe embarrassment that night, despite playing well, because Charlton looked as if they might steal the win. They didn't do so, and Liverpool are on the attack again here, still leading by 3-2. Nicol running towards the United penalty area, gets to the right side of McGrath. Aldridge on the near post, but Bruce just got his foot to the ball, deflected it for a corner to Liverpool. Peter Jones with the commentary.
What a splendid match this is. Best league game we've seen this season. Short corner taken by Nicol, far side down the Liverpool right. Barnes with a cross. Header comes in from Gillespie, and that will be another corner to Liverpool, which Barnes will take. Gillespie, tall, so commanding in the air, the central defender. He was the one who scored the second goal in the first minute of the third goal for Liverpool, that is, in the first minute of the second half. It's 3-2 then to Liverpool. One forgets United's goal there a moment ago. That could be significant still come the end of the day. Liverpool 3, Manchester United 2. Barnes again, and this time it's headed straight back again, and it'll be another corner to Barnes, far side down there right. But 2 beautifully worked first half goals by Liverpool. And just remember, after Brian Robson had given United the dream start after just 2 minutes. 3-2 to Liverpool. Barnes with a corner again, and again Gillespie goes up, it drops to Beardsley. Can't get the shot in though, and it's cleared by Bruce. High into the enclosure away to our left, throw in to Liverpool, and Ablett runs forward to take it. Crowd 43,497. Wonderful place to be, Anfield. And it's 3-2 to Liverpool. And United, remember, down to 10 men with Colin Gibson sent off some 10 minutes ago. And when they were playing with 10 men, they got their second goal through Brian Robson. The deflection, we think, of Alan Hansen, and certainly Grobbelaar was nowhere. It whizzed in the opposite direction from where the goalkeeper was going. Immediately below us, we're high up over the halfway line. Strachan leaves the ball to Viv Anderson, and Anderson has to go back a couple of yards, and he still won't go back. And this time the referee says, right, I'll give the throw to Liverpool. Anderson gets very cross, which he's inclined to do. And Liverpool lead by 3-2. And again, to remind you of the statistic that should Liverpool win this afternoon, and should there be no, of course, FA Cup semi-final replay the week after next, then they play Forest here, and should they beat Forest, or a side that could catch them, then the championship is theirs Wednesday week. But there's still a long way to go. And United are fighting hard here. No more than Norman Whiteside, who came on and fights for everything, as he's done all his footballing life. Long ball played deep inside the United half, away to our left. Still bright sunshine here at Anfield. And Steve Bruce, £825,000 worth of talent. He's been a key player in the central defensive role, Steve Bruce, and got Paul McGrath, who's now fit after a slight injury last Saturday. And they're a great pair, as indeed Hogan and Bruce were together. That's not such a good ball, though. McClare's prepared to run after that one. It'll run over the goal line. Goal kick to Liverpool.
I think United have looked a little better balanced in attack with Olsen on the left-hand side. I think he gives them, apart from having a good left foot, he gives them the balance altogether. He balances with Strachan better. I think they look better altogether coming forward when he's playing. Interesting point, though, for Alex Ferguson, is he's had this problem of left full-back all season. He's had Gibson there, he's had Blackmore there. One's been sent off, one he's replaced. He still seems to have the problem to me, and I'm sure that's one position he's going to think long and hard about during the summer.
As Brian Robson, the United captain, who scored their goal after just 2 minutes, that's Strachan, middle figure of Strachan, little of stature, big of skill, lays it through the gap. Anderson goes charging forward. Ablett's there though. Anderson still keeps going, and a sort of mock kick going at that, and we've got a score flash from Alan Green.
A significant score from Fratton Park, where it's now Portsmouth 0, Nottingham Forest 1, Terry Wilson for Forest. And in the second division, Blackburn, having been 2 up, are now 2-2 against Shrewsbury. Wayne Williams with a second goal for Shrewsbury. Blackburn 2, Shrewsbury 2.
The ball halfway inside the United half, away to our left. Whiteside is battling for it. McMahon wins it though, plays it out to Nicol. Nicol plays it down the line through the gap to Houghton. Had a splendid game, Houghton. He and Beardsley combining so well together. And Nicol bursts through inside the area, and he plays it in the end, and it deflects off Brian Robson for another corner to Liverpool. And reminder again, of course, that Liverpool were beaten at the City Ground Nottingham, where we were last Saturday. And you've just heard that Forest have taken the lead at Fratton Park against Portsmouth. And it's Liverpool-Forest on Saturday at Hillsborough, semi-final. And then if there's no replay of that semi-final, it's back here on Wednesday week, Liverpool against Nottingham Forest. What a night that could be. Barnes will take the corner once again for Liverpool, far side down their right. Plays it, drives it in with his left foot. It's cleared, though, by Whiteside, who's acting as an extra defender. He's already been booked since he came on. Highly competitive. And already asked for a transfer. As Alan Green was saying, that decision may well be made tomorrow by the chairman and the board and by the manager. It'll be a great sadness as far as United supporters are concerned, because he's still a great favourite, Norman, as Nicol wins the ball, plays it out to Houghton. Houghton, little figure down the right for Liverpool, holds the ball, plays it square to Barnes inside the United area, clips it across, cleared by Bruce, high into the covered enclosure far side from us. And we've had exactly 28 minutes of the second half here. A very, very big first division game. Liverpool 3, Manchester United 2. Liverpool have the possession. Haven't got much space, but they make space for themselves. Houghton again. Houghton, McGrath stays with him. Houghton keeps his balance and his feet, plays it square inside the United area. McGrath clears his lines, not very far though. Ablett's there, drives it in, 15 yards wide. Hits the commercial hoarding behind the goal and doesn't bother Chris Turner at all.
Liverpool making the superiority in numbers count there. Nicol pushing up from right full-back, making up the extra player on that right-hand side. United really playing without a left full-back altogether. Olsen's dropping in there, and occasionally Robson. Nobody really playing in that position as it is now. They've got to get a goal, so they're pushing men into midfield. And Liverpool are prepared to push Nicol forward and Houghton, and that's where the real threat seems to come to me.
As Anderson, deep inside his own half, United's right back, plays it square. And it's played back again to Anderson. Little touch ball to Bruce. And Bruce turns away from us. United in their white shirts this afternoon and black shorts against the all-red of Liverpool, and Liverpool lead 3-2. And a long ball played for, which is wasted there by Jesper Olsen, because he had people running for him, particularly McClare and Davenport, and he played it 20 yards over the top of the two front runners. No problems for Grobbelaar, who again gets the ball back and holds the ball in the little few spaces where there's shadow here at Anfield this afternoon. That's the Cop end away to our right, and they're loving it this afternoon. Every single inch of this game they've loved, except the first 2 minutes when United took the lead through Brian Robson. Totally unmarked. Nice build-up between McClare and Davenport. United's captain was there to put the ball away with ease. And this time it's Liverpool who waste the through ball, and Nicol looks a little disgusted with himself, runs over the goal line to our left. Goal kick to Manchester United.
15 minutes to go, so really all the problem is with United now. A goal behind, down to 10 men. The problem's all theirs now, and Liverpool will let them have possession in their own half of the field, and I think they'll be looking to hit them on the break, and that's what United have got to watch for.
Turner with the goal kick inside the centre circle. McGrath comes forward, does well, finds Whiteside, tackled by McMahon, and Whiteside and McMahon stare at each other like a Western film. Houghton, 10 yards inside United's half, plays a lovely ball down the right for Nicol. Nicol going fast, stops the ball just on the touchline. The cross will come in, and the header comes in. Oh, a great save. Aldridge this time did beat his marker, got the header in, and Turner did well. He just palmed it away with his right hand, and then was there to cover it with his body, because Aldridge has been beaten almost every time in the air by either Bruce or McGrath. At that time the Liverpool striker did win it in the air, and that almost crept in. Still 3-2 then to Liverpool. Ablett underneath it heads the ball away. Ball on the halfway line, but the referee has seen some sort of infringement, possibly for offside, so it is a free kick to Liverpool, and we will have some later scores for you.
Yes, the scores from our featured games this afternoon. It's Portsmouth 0, Nottingham Forest 1, Oxford 0, Southampton 0, Derby 1, Newcastle 1. In the second division, Aston Villa 1, Oldham 0, Blackburn 2, Shrewsbury 2, Stoke City 1, Crystal Palace 0, and it's Manchester City 1, Reading 0. Paul Stewart for Manchester City. Aston Villa 1, Oldham 1. And Tommy right now with equaliser.
Ball laid through here to Strachan, and Strachan's there, and Strachan must score, and Strachan scores for Manchester United. A lovely through ball. Strachan read it well, ran through the gap. Grobbelaar was nowhere, and Strachan plants the ball in the back of the net. What a turn-up we've got here. Gordon Strachan makes it Liverpool 3, Manchester United 3.
Well, that's incredible. But frankly, it was a superb move. 2 passes from their own half. Davenport on. Strachan picked it up, kept his cool. Liverpool's defenders all over the place, dreaming about I don't know what. But Gillespie and Hansen went absent. Strachan took the ball to the D, kept his composure, slotted the ball into the net. 3-3. So they're going to perhaps hold on to that record, Peter. They haven't lost here since, 1979? They could hold on to that record. What a tremendous fight back.
Tremendous indeed. And now Kenny Dalglish has used one of his substitutes. Craig Johnston comes on and John Aldridge goes off. And we've got a little more than 12 minutes of this game. And what a game we've got here. Liverpool 3, Manchester United 3. And the last 2 goals for United coming when they were down to 10 men with Colin Gibson sent off. I said it's the best league match we've seen this season. I'll say it again. The best by a mile. 3-3. United. Olsen. Ball played out to Whiteside, outside left position, far side. Little ball forward. He's found Olsen. Then the ball comes back to Whiteside. Cross comes in and Grobbelaar plucks the ball as Davenport was going in for the kill. Well, this is some game, Jimmy Armfield, eh?
The thing is, it's a good thing really for positive football, because United have looked better since they've had Whiteside and Olsen on. To me, looked a better side going forward anyway. And I'm sure Alex Ferguson, when he threw them on, he thought, well, let's see what happens when they throw them on. And good players going forward, they keep the ball better. That's what's counting. I think the passes, have been much better. They played competitively in the first half hour, but the play going forward to me has been better since these two have come on.
Liverpool have a free kick. It's 10 yards outside the United penalty area to our left, where most of the Manchester United supporters are. Flicked in by Nicol, headed straight up in the air by Bruce, but the linesman's flag had gone up for offside in any case. So it's a free kick to Manchester United inside their own penalty area. Well, who would have thought it when Liverpool were 3-1 up and looking so good, thoroughbred and classy. 3-1 up, then United lose Colin Gibson. A little unfortunate in a way. He was quite right, the referee, to send him off. He'd already been booked. Once you have the second booking, of course, although it was a trip, it seemed, certainly Colin Gibson looked a little sad about it. It was definitely a sending off. And one felt then, United down to 10 men and 3-1 down, they must surely be out. Dead and buried. Not so. The old United spirits come back here. Robson got the second goal to make it 3-2. And then a lovely through ball found Strachan, who kept his head, just went forward nice and tidily, and slotted it home like a practice game. 3-3. And we've still got a little more than 10 minutes of this game to go. Olsen far side, Whiteside, back to Olsen, a yard in from the far touchline, finds Whiteside, Johnston tackles Whiteside, Whiteside still gets the ball, and McMahon and Whiteside go together, and Whiteside goes down from the tackle by McMahon, and immediately Brian Robson, United's captain, comes over to have a fairly hot word, I've no doubt, with the referee. The point, I suppose, from Robson's being that McMahon is a high competitor, and while we're waiting for Whiteside to get up, later scores.
Derby County 2 now, Newcastle 1. Gary Micklewhite for Derby, and a correction to a scoreline I gave you earlier. It's Stoke 1, Crystal Palace 1.
We're still waiting for Norman Whiteside to get up, but you've got two fierce competitors there, Whiteside and McMahon together. McMahon's been in the wars, and now Whiteside's in the wars, and he's still down on the ground on the halfway line, and it's 3-3 here. Remember, Manchester United having a perfect start. Brian Robson, their captain, scoring after just 2 minutes. Then Liverpool came storming back. Peter Beardsley getting the equaliser. 5 minutes before half-time, Gary Gillespie with a super header made it 2-1. In the first minute of the second half, Steve McMahon with a 25-yard ferocious drive makes it 3-1. Colin Gibson gets sent off. United are down to 10 men. Brian Robson makes it 3-2. Strachan makes it 3-3. And we've still got 9 minutes to go.
Apart from that, we haven't had much action, Peter, have we? But it's a real boy's own stuff. This Whiteside just had a clattering there. He's up on his feet again. He's a tough lad. Interesting point, he's asked for a transfer. The crowd there shouting his name, the United supporters. I really can't see United letting him go in a way. I think the crowd, wouldn't want him to go, and I think that could be a determining factor at Old Trafford.
The cross comes in from Olsen. Anderson gets there. Whiteside goes storming in. Ball cleared. Strachan, though. Anderson tries the shot. Cannons off Hansen. Anderson still there, the right back. He's in an outside right position. Long spidery legs. Hansen runs across him. obstructs Anderson. So it is a free kick to Manchester United. Splendid bit of theatricals there, Viv Anderson. You've done well in Shaftesbury Avenue, I tell you. Beautiful stuff that was. Strachan with a free kick, high across the area, and McClare was inches wide. McClare looking for one league goal now to equal George Best's 20 league goals 20 years ago. McClare's been a great buy. Haven't seen too much of him in the second half, but he was inches wide with the header, and it's still 3-3 here at Anfield with 7.5 minutes to go. Grobler with a goal kick for Liverpool. Drops it just inside the penalty area. Johnston, inside the centre circle, I should say. Beardsley runs for it, can't get it. An overhead kick from Robson. Underneath is Gillespie. McMahon for Liverpool. Finds Nicol. But fire now in United's bellies, no doubt about it. It's 3-3. Nicol. Bad ball from Nicol. And Whiteside will try and play it down the line. All he does is to play it off Nicol, so at least he's got the throw.
Well, the pace has never relented once. That's the amazing thing. It's been a great advert for the First Division, the pace. And it's amazing, isn't it? How many times we've seen teams down to 10 men and suddenly, you know, they play like inspired men. And Manchester United have done that. And the quality of the third goal, to me, you know, proved that there is talent at Old Trafford. There is talent there. And I think things will improve at Old Trafford next season.
So the situation gets more and more interesting. Remember at Portsmouth at Fratton Park, Forest taking a second half lead there. Portsmouth 0, Nottingham Forest 1. Here it's 3-3, and the ball is played forward to Johnston, who's offside by a couple of yards. So it's still 3-3, and a remarkable game of football. And later scores, I think, yes, while we're waiting for the goal kick to be taken, or the free kick to be taken. Alan.
Well, just news that things not going Newcastle's way at the baseball ground. Remember, they were 1 up. Just a few minutes ago, they went 2-1 down to Gary Micklewhite's goal for Derby. And Newcastle have now had Paul Gascoigne sent off. Derby 2, Newcastle 1. Newcastle down to 10 men. But I suppose, given what's happened to Manchester United this afternoon, all hope is not gone.
Not at all. United, who've scored 2 goals to level the scores when they were down to 10 men with Colin Gibson sent off. Chris Turner. And now all the singing is coming from the United supporters away there in the sunshine to our left. It's 3-3 here. 6 minutes to go. Again, a long ball laid down the right. McClare goes chasing after it. The other Scotsman, Hansen, though, is the dominant one of the pair, and will just touch it back for Grobler to take the goal kick, who is in some hurry now, naturally, to take it. They want 3 points here this afternoon, and it must have been seen as if it was there for the taking. They were 3-1 up, United down to 10 men, and United have come right back into the game here as Anderson clears immediately below us, high up as we are over the halfway line. And young Gary Ablett, he's given a bit of a torrid time by Forest young Gary Crosby last Saturday at the City Ground. He's been a very, very good left back for Liverpool this season, with Mark Lawrence, you may remember, out, and Barry Venison. He's done well as it's laid down the line to Johnston, and that was a foul by Bruce, I think, on Craig Johnston. Yes, it was. So it's a free kick to Liverpool. Pressure once again on Manchester United. 3 or 4 yards in from the near touchline, the Liverpool left. Barnes is there, Ablett is there. And it's about 8 yards in from the goal line. Ablett runs over it. Barnes spots it up carefully, hits it with his left foot, arcs it high across there, looking for Gillespie. Ball drops down though. Olsen's there. Olsen clears and clears intelligently. McClare halfway inside his own half. Good running by Olsen. Almost got to that one, and Beardsley had to be very quick to come down, because Olsen, rather like a blueprint of Strachan a moment ago when he scored the third goal, and Bruce Gromlar's now playing it right back, way outside his penalty area. Throw into Liverpool.
If McClare's pass had been a bit firmer, then Olsen would have been completely through. So fortunately for Liverpool, Beardsley was awake. The defence went missing again there. So United could still pinch this.
Strachan trying to do just that. Good tackling. Strachan tries to come back a second time, but McMahon's there, and I think McMahon's got the legs on Strachan. Yes, he has. He skips away from Strachan, then reverses the ball out to Johnston. Johnston down the line, a challenge on Johnston, picks himself up and does well, the Liverpool man, and then goes forward again, and this time he's flattened by Anderson. Free kick then to Liverpool. There's going to be some last 3.5 minutes here at Anfield. Liverpool 3, Manchester United 3. And McGrath rather stupidly belts the ball up into the enclosure to the left. The ball comes back again via a couple of spectators. So we wait for the free kick, and again it'll be Barnes, I think, a couple of yards in. Again, Ablett will go with him, but he's just the decoy man, I'm certain. Indeed, that's exactly what happens. Ablett runs away from it. Barnes will cross with it. But the header comes in, a great save by Turner. Gillespie was there again. Turner saves superbly. Ball comes out. It's now inside the Liverpool half to our right. Hansen's there, finds Nicol. Nicol holds the ball, sprays it out to the right. Spackman's there, Spackman holds it, then plays it down the line. Johnston's now trying his luck down the right. Cross comes in from him, looking for Gillespie. Ball is cleared though by Bruce. Drops only as far as McMahon. McMahon to Barnes. Barnes plays it back to Ablett. Ablett with a cross. Ball headed away by McGrath before Houghton could get at it. Only out to Ablett. Liverpool still in the possession. McMahon tries the shot. Anderson charges it down. Barnes is there. Ball cleared though by Bruce. Strachan's there to help out. Hansen goes forward. Finds Houghton. Houghton plays the ball back. Nichols there. Halfway inside the United half. Plays it square. Picked up by Beardsley. Beardsley. Little dink from Beardsley. Nichols inside the area. He shoots but he's offside. Ball hits the corner of the net, but the flag had gone up immediately, and Turner takes plenty of time. I knew it all along, he says. I knew that was offside. I don't think he did, but he was. And we've got now a little less than 2 minutes of this splendid match at Anfield remaining. Liverpool 3, Manchester United 3, and this after United were 3-1 down, and then were 10 men, with Gibson sent off. Long kick from Turner. Long kick from Turner. Underneath it is Gillespie. Whiteside's there, though, to challenge. McClare tries a little back flick, doesn't quite work. Hansen. Houghton. Oh, good challenge by Olsen, and he's got round Spackman as well. Can he get round Nicol? Nicol will stay with him. The cross comes in from Olsen. Groblar's lost it. Ball skitters away though, and there's no white shirt there. And it's still full of life here, Jim, this game.
Tremendous cross by Olsen. Great run that. When he's in this sort of mood, he's a really great player, Olsen. He went forward, they went past three players, as though they weren't there, and his cross was well out of John Brown's bracket.
As Johnston goes down the line though, and this time it's a good challenge by Bruce. Says that, no, the referee doesn't. He thinks there was an illegal challenge on Craig Johnston. So Barnes is going to try it again. That's about three in almost an identical position. He's had three successive free kicks, about 5 yards in from the goal line. And we are moving into the last minute of this game. A couple of stoppages in the second half. I can't think that John Key, the referee, would add too much time on. It's 3-3. Again it's Barnes, and again the cross comes in from Barnes looking for Gillespie, gets the header in, but it was really no strength behind that one, and it just bounced up gently into Chris Turner's arms. And the United supporters away there to the left will be joyous at this if they can hold on here. A great fight back by Manchester United when they really seemed dead and buried, and Liverpool seem to be coasting home nicely. 3-1 up against 10 men. Great fight by United here. Beardsley gets a lucky rebound from Robson, and then plays a good through ball to Houghton, but it was a little bit too long, a bit too heavy in the end.